against George Groves next Saturday at Manchester. George Groves, you've been in the ring with him before, you've sparred him before. People saying, I've heard of quotes, I think Martin Murray said that he punches harder than Gennady Golovkin. Being in the ring with him, seeing his performances as of late, what do you see as his negatives? What do you see as his positives?
George is an all-round solid fighter, but he doesn't excel at anything in my opinion. He doesn't there's not any aspects of his game which are worrisome to me or impressive to me enough for me to think, okay, I need to watch out for this come fight night. You know, you have to be wowed. You have to wow me to even be able to compete with me in this ring. You have to be able to do things that most other fighters can't do. George is not that type of fighter. He's just a solid, you know, seasoned pro, and that's just not going to be enough to beat me.
I've heard him say that Chris Eubank Jr. doesn't have a winning formula, and I quote, he said he's too busy bringing out his clothing line and buying houses. I don't know if you heard those quotes.
I didn't hear them, but yes, I have bought a house now, an amazing property
In Brighton?
In Brighton. You know,
We can do a crib tour one day.
yeah, I'll let you guys come and film in there one day. And yes, I bought out a new clothing line, next gen clothing, available at chriseubankjr.com. These are just the steps that you take when you're in the game. You know, you get to a certain level, and these things come with it. Am I letting it distract me from the fight? Absolutely not. I'm in the gym every day. This is just, you know, new things come into your life. So when you get to a certain level in the sport, when you're making a certain amount of money. But that is not taken away from the hunger. That's not taken away from my drive and motivation. So I like that George is kind of maybe thinking, oh, he's not focused. He's not really concentrating. If he thinks that, then great, because maybe he'll go into the ring underestimating me, and that is a dangerous thing to do.
A lot of fighters, when they have a game plan and opponents get emotionally involved with them, when they get in the ring, they kind of take their frustration out. And I'll share some examples afterwards because I want to refer to something that happened recently. But does any of that psychologically affect you? And when you have in your mindset, do you think that he said this about me, when I go in the ring, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z to him even more?
No, not at all. No, you know that. You guys have got to understand. I've been dealing with harassment and disrespectful comments and trash talk from day one. Before I even stepped into a professional ring, people were, talking trash about me online. Other fighters saying things about me and my father. It's just, I just had to deal with it. So it doesn't really affect me. I've become immune to it now. So whatever George is trying to, get across or do with what he's saying, it's just not going to work. And he knows that. That's what makes it even more amusing to me, that he's still doing it. But he knows. There's nothing he can do or say that hasn't been done or said to me, 10 times worse before.
You throw 11 punches a second, and he'll throw one that lands, and you throw 11, and none of them will land. Were also the words he used.
He said I'd throw 11 punches
a second, but most of them won't land, and I'll make sure the one I throw will land.
Okay. Well, most of the 11 punches that I throw won't land. Okay, so what's most? 50%? 60% is most, 70%, but that's still 3 or 4 punches that land. So then I've landed 3 or 4 punches and he's landed 1. Who's going to win on points? Because he's not going to knock me out. I know that. He knows that. If he was going to knock me out, this would have happened in the countless rounds of sparring that we've had. Never happened. Never wobbled me. Never hurt me really. So I don't understand his tactics. I don't understand the confidence that he's trying to portray. But you guys will see, man. It's exciting. We're a week away from the fraud one of us is a fraud. That's the great thing about this. One of us is sitting here lying to you guys. One of us is.
True.
Or one of us is, if we're not lying, we're deluded. And you guys get to see who that is come February 17th.
Are you surprised with a lot of people are split? They're calling this a 50-50 fight, a genuine 50-50 fight. And last night I was just going through YouTube and watching random interviews all over the world, America specifically. People even in the Mayweather gym, everyone was like, a lot of people were favouring you. I think you got quite a few associates there. But generally, a lot of people are 50-50 split. So do you think that's fair, or do you think that's just...
Listen, that's great. I love that. That is, that's exciting to me to hear that it's a 50-50 fight. I don't want people to think I can win. Because when I do win, wow, he did it. He beat George Groves. I don't want people to be like, oh, we knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the people that don't like me and saying I'm going to get knocked out, when I do beat George, they're the guys that are going to be like, oh, George passed it anyway, man. He's not the same fighter he was, you know. There'll always be an excuse. Yeah. That's just how boxing is. And not just with me, that's with everybody. You know. People always find an excuse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. 50-50, great.
Are we going to see a devastating knockout, Chris, or is it going to go 12 rounds?
I mean,
I know you're trained for 12, but
you have to train for 12. If you don't train for 12, you're irresponsible as a fighter. Even if you think you're going to knock the guy out, you train like you're gonna be in a 12-round war. That's how it goes. It's not going to go 12 rounds, man. It can't. Both our styles are too offensive. There's too many holes in his defense. His chin is too suspect for the fight to go 12 rounds.